Hi children, welcome to my channel. Today we'll be learning about sexual reproduction in human beings, how human beings reproduce other human beings. Okay, we know that we are sexual, we reproduce sexually. Okay, we are not asexual. Two gametes are required for sexual production. So we know that human beings require a sperm and an egg for reproduction to take place. Okay, so the male reproductive system is seen here in this picture. Okay, and it contains different ducts and glands. Okay, so inside human beings there is either the XY chromosome or the XX chromosome. Okay, so if it is XY chromosome, the person is a male, and if it is an XX chromosome, she is a female. Okay, females do not have the Y chromosome. Okay, now these chromosomes are the ones, the X and Y chromosomes are the ones that help specific organs of the reproductive system to develop in males and females. Okay, so if the baby has a Y chromosome, it will become a male. Accordingly, the reproductive system will develop. If the baby has only the X chromosomes, her reproductive system will be female reproductive system. Okay, so the chromosomes are very important in sex determination. If the child has X and Y chromosome, he is a male. If the child has X and X chromosome, she is a female. Okay, so now here we're looking at the different ducts and glands present in the male reproductive system. How the semen containing the sperm is transported from the testes to the urethra. Fine. So let's look at how things work. Now the testes, this is a very important part of the male reproductive system, the testes. The testes, what does it contain? It contains numerous seminiferous tubules. इसके अंदर there are many, numerous, मतलब बहुत सारे seminiferous tubules, and it also contains the Rete testis. Okay, this also, the testis also contains the Rete testis. Now inside the seminiferous tubules there are germinal epithelium cells. Okay, remember, inside the seminiferous tubules in the testis there is the germinal epithelium cells. Now these are the cells that divide by meiosis to produce sperms. Alright, so how are sperms produced? From the germinal epithelium cells present in the seminiferous tubules in the testes. They divide by meiosis to produce sperms. Now, how does the sperm journey from the testes to the urethra? It's a long journey. So how does it travel? Okay, so let's see. Now we know that inside the testis there is also a Rete testis. Now what does the Rete testis do? The Rete testis serves as a conduit. Conduit मतलब जैसे हमारा पानी का conduit होता है वैसे there is a passage, like a passage, मतलब रास्ता. The Rete testis serves as a conduit and point of exit for newly released spermatozoa and seminiferous fluids. Now ये किधर प्रोड्यूस हुआ था? Inside the seminiferous tubules, correct? अभी इसको बाहर निकलने के लिए कहाँ से आना है? Through the Rete testis. Okay, so inside this testis there is a Rete testis that serves as a conduit and point of exit for the newly released spermatozoa and seminiferous fluids developed in the seminiferous tubules. Okay, seminiferous tubules से Rete testis में आते हैं. वहाँ से किधर जाता है? To the vas efferens. What are vas efferens? These are small ducts that carry semen from testis to epididymis. Okay, small ducts. Okay, duct मतलब छोटा सा duct जैसा रहता है. वो क्या करता है? That in the vas efferens जो इधर है, they allow the sperm to semen to move from the testis to the epididymis. All right. So there are ducts out here that allow the sperm produced in the seminiferous tubules that are passed on to the Rete testis to come out into the epididymis. Okay, what are the epididymis? Epididymis is the coiled tube at the back of the testicle, and it stores the sperm. Okay, this is where the sperm is stored and carried. Now इसके बाद ये जाता है vas deferens के अंदर. Vas deferens is also a duct. जैसे हमने देखा था vas efferens is a duct, like that vas deferens is also a duct. What does it do? The vas deferens duct conveys the sperm from the testicle to the urethra. Okay, तो vas deferens जो duct है वो sperm को testicle से लेके urethra में deliver करता है. Then from there, where does it go? It goes to the ejaculatory duct. We are seeing this ejaculatory duct here, right, on both sides. So this ejaculatory duct now, the vas deferens delivers it to the ejaculatory duct. Okay, and this ejaculatory duct is what carries the sperm into the urethra. ठीक है, तो as it goes to the urethra, can you see a gland here? ये जो gland है, this is called the prostate gland. Fine. Now ये जो prostate gland है वो भी कुछ secretions इसमें add करता है. Okay. So जब vas deferens से जब ejaculatory duct में गया तो ejaculatory duct क्या करता है? Ejaculatory duct delivers sperm into the urethra. Okay, adding secretions from the prostate gland necessary for sperm function. Prostate gland के अंदर कुछ secretions हैं जो इसमें add हो जाते हैं, add होके फिर यूरेथ्रा में पास होते हैं. उसमें ये क्या, इसके अंदर जो secretions है that are very necessary for the proper functioning of the sperm. All right. Now from the ejaculatory duct it goes where? Into the urinogenital duct. ठीक है, from the ejaculatory duct now the sperm passes on to the urinogenital duct. Now this duct is what conveys the sperm from the vas deferens and secretions from the seminal vesicle to the urethra. तो seminal vesicle के भी जो secretions हैं अभी वो इसमें add हो जाते हैं and add होके it is passed on out into the urinogenital duct. Okay, so this is the pathway of the sperm. It is produced here in the seminiferous tubules and the Rete testis carries it, takes it out from there, and from there the vas efferens bring it to the epididymis, from where the vas deferens bring it to the ejaculatory duct and the ejaculatory duct takes it to the urinogenital duct. So this is how the male reproductive system works. Now there is a substance called fructose. आपने पढ़ा होगा, fructose सुना होगा. Fructose present in the semen provides the necessary energy required for the sperm to pass out of the male reproductive system. अभी ये जो energy चाहिए for the semen to come out of the, this is the penis, this is the male reproductive organ that is outside the body. Now this is the penis that allows the urinogenital duct to allow the semen to pass out. Okay, so this, for the energy required for this to pass out and enter a female reproductive system, for it to allow to combine with the egg, there is energy needed. Now this energy is present in fructose. This fructose is present in the semen. ठीक है, semen में fructose is already present. Okay, that provides the energy needed for the male reproductive system, for the semen to pass out of the male reproductive system. So what provides the energy? Fructose present in the semen provides the energy. All right, we'll just write it here. Fructose present in the semen provides the necessary energy required for the semen to pass out of the male reproductive system. Now seminal vesicles secrete their secretion in the ejaculatory ducts, whereas the prostate glands and Cowper's glands secrete their secretions in the urinogenital duct. आप इधर दो gland देख रहे हैं ना, एक तो आप यहाँ पर prostate gland इधर है, आपका Cowper's gland इधर है. ठीक है, अभी ये दोनों किधर, where are they delivering their juices, the secretions? The seminal vesicles. This is a seminal vesicles on both sides. Okay. Now these seminal vesicles secrete their secretions in the ejaculatory duct. इसमें, ठीक है, ये जो seminal vesicle है और ये क्या करता है, अपना secretion ejaculatory duct में डालता है, whereas a prostate gland and the Cowper's gland secrete the secretions in the urinogenital duct. ठीक है, तो इनका secretion, seminal vesicle का secretion किधर आता है, into the ejaculatory duct, and prostate gland और Cowper's gland का secretion किधर आता है, directly into the urinogenital duct. Okay, now semen is formed of sperms and secretions of all these glands. So आपको जो final product है, जो semen है, जो ejaculatory system से बाहर आता है अपने reproductive system, male reproductive system से, it consists of semen along with secretions from these various glands. Okay, so semen is ejaculated out through the penis. All the organs of the male reproductive system are paired except urinogenital duct, penis and scrotum. Okay, so this is how the male reproductive system functions. All right, so this I hope you understood how the sperm travels from the testes out into the urinogenital duct. So next we are going to learn about the female reproductive system. So now we learn about the female reproductive system. the female reproductive system consists of 2 oviducts, 2 ovaries, 1 uterus, 1 vagina, and 1 pair of bulbourethral gland. Alright, so now these all function together, and this usually every month for a woman, every month an ovum is released in the abdominal cavity. Abdominal cavity ke under there is a uterus. Uterus is where the baby is developed. Baby develops inside the mother's womb, uterus. This cavity that we've seen in red, this entire system is inside the abdominal cavity. Like we saw in the male reproductive system, the testis is outside the abdominal cavity, but in the case of females, all the entire organ system is inside the abdominal cavity. Okay, so this is the place where the eggs are formed and released into the oviduct, and from there, if it is fertilized, it comes and attaches here in the uterus. So what happens generally, every month an ovum is released in the abdominal cavity. Usually every month one ovum is released into the abdominal cavity. Okay, and that usually happens alternately. From 1 month from this ovary, the other month from the other ovary. Free end of the oviduct is funnel-like. An opening is present at the center of it. Okay, so this free end is like a funnel. Okay, and there's an opening at the center of this funnel. Okay, the oocyte enters the oviduct. The oocyte produced here in the ovary enters the oviduct, and what happens? And through that opening, cilia are present that push it into the inner surface of the oviduct, that push it the oocyte towards the uterus. Iske andar there are hair-like structures called cilia. Okay, so what happens? An ovum is released every month into the abdominal cavity. How? Through the ovary into the oviduct. Okay, the oocyte enters the oviduct through the opening present in the funnel end. Okay, now cilia are present on their inner surface of the oviduct. Iske andar, inside this oviduct that you see, this tube, there are cilia. Cilia are small hair-like structures present inside the oviduct. Okay, and these cilia push the oocyte towards the uterus. Okay, okay. So now what happens? Gamete formation. Both gametes, that is the sperm and ovum, are formed by meiosis. That we have learned that both the sperm and the sperm and egg are formed by meiosis. We know that they are sex cells, right? Okay. Now, sperms are produced in the testes of men from the beginning of maturation till death. Now, जो sperms produced in males begin forming at puberty, मतलब when they reach maturity at 13 or 12, 13, depends. Individuals reach puberty at different ages. So from the time that a male reaches puberty till the time of his death, the male will always produce sperms. Okay, the male always produces sperms throughout his life. But in the case of women, what happens is at the time of birth itself, जब बच्चा is formed in the womb and it's a female, if the baby is a female, when the child is born, already there are 2 to 4 million immature oocytes in the ovary of the female fetus. Okay, it's very surprising. How many? 2 to 4 million. 2 to 4 million immature oocytes. Immature. They are not mature yet because it's a baby. 2 to 4 million immature oocytes are present in the ovary of a female fetus. Oocytes are present in the ovary of a female fetus. Okay. Alright. 2 to 4 million. This number aap yaad. Immature oocyte. 2 to 4 million oocytes are present. Now what happens? An oocyte matures and is released from the ovary every month from the beginning of maturity. How boys reach maturity, girls also reach maturity. When they reach maturity, every month one oocyte is released. Okay. So what happens? An oocyte matures in the ovary these immature oocytes. No, when the girl reaches maturity, at maturity, oocyte is starts being released every month. Oocyte release takes place every month. Okay. So up to when? Now we learned that in males the sperm is continuously produced till death, from the time of maturity till death. But in females, already 2 to 4 million immature oocytes are present in the female baby. Okay, it's immature. जैसे ही वो mature हो जाती है एक लड़की, at the time of maturity, oocytes start releasing into the uterus every month. Till when? Till the age of 45, approximately 45 to 50 years of age, from the beginning of maturity to the age of menopause. When this oocyte stops being released, that is called the menopause, मतलब paused. The menstrual cycle has paused. तो ये जो release है, oocyte release, this is what causes the menstrual cycle in woman. So an oocyte matures and is released from the ovary every month from the beginning of maturity to the age of 45 to 50. Okay, menopause is the stoppage of functioning of the female reproduction system. ये जो female reproductive system है, इसके अंदर already 2 to 4 million oocytes are present at the time of birth. So what happens when the girl matures? These oocytes starts being released every month, and at the age of 45, or from the age of 45 to 50, anywhere in between, this reproductive system stops to function, and that is called the menopause. Okay, at the age of about 45 to 50 years, secretion of hormones controlling the functions of female reproductive system either stop or become irregular. Okay, so एक age के बाद ladies के अंदर the reproductive capacity is not there, but in the males it is there till death because sperms are continuously formed. So now what happens in fertilization? Fertilization कैसे होता है? Okay, now zygote, we know that zygote is formed by the union of the sperm and the ovum, and this is called as fertilization. Okay, now we know that the females are producing oocytes and the males are producing semen, right? So when this semen containing the sperm meets the egg inside the female reproductive system, fertilization takes place. Okay, we'll look at fertilization in the next class. So please go through this chapter well, this 2 parts well, about how male reproductive system works and how the female reproductive system works. And in the next class we'll see how fertilization takes place inside the female reproductive system. Fertilization always takes place inside the female reproductive system. It can never happen inside a male. Okay, that's the difference between male and female. The male provides the semen containing the sperm, and that sperm is what combines with the egg from the ovary, and fertilization takes place inside the female reproductive system, which we'll see in the next video.